These two guys had, for 10 years, been in the same basic job, and they were button heads all the time. Both of them discovered that they had an innate identity that motivated them and drove them. And within 2 weeks, he said, we have recovered all of the cost of the training just because of these two guys.
Hey guys, we're here in the cellar of Celebrate Me Home. My name is Mark Savage, owner of Cornerstone Web Studio, and I'm here with one of my favorite people ever, Mr. Bob Bailey, who's an executive coach and who really helped Cornerstone take it to the next level. I met Bob about a year and a half ago or so, and he came in and said, hey, I can turn this place completely around. I looked around and I thought I was doing pretty good. But you were very affordable and very convincing. So we sat down, and in less than a day, the entire company changed. I lost about 40% of my workload because other employees stood up and said, hey, I've been wanting to do that. Just to give you guys a quick example, Devin, our sales guy, had said, hey Mark, every time you tell me that you're willing to help me, it actually makes me feel like you don't trust me. And I told him, well, every time I don't offer to help, it makes me feel like I'm not willing to jump in the trenches with you and do the work. And I want to be there to help you lift the load. So now we've worked out the partnership, right? He's actually doing way more of the work. He goes home feeling more gratified with the work that he's done, and he's crushing it. Yeah. And it took a lot off my plate.
Well, and it's what you hired him for.
Fair enough. Give me some background. What could a CEO expect if they signed up for coaching with you?
Right.
What are some of the things they could expect in their company, in their life, personally?
The cornerstone of what I do is called this Core Values Index. We're discovering how we're innately hardwired. What are the core values that drive me, that don't change? And that's a key thing. These are innate things. Everybody has their own learning style. That's critical to know, because I can be respectful, what I think is respectful, and I can be offending someone else. And so these core values are critical.
What I found amazing is that, for me, restructuring the organization based on where people innately are hardwired
Absolutely.
to be. I mean, for me, there was a huge revenue boost to this. I came into it thinking it would be a team building exercise.
Sure.
It was a company building exercise. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah. When you line up your innate hardwiring with the jobs that are really sweetly aligned with who you are, satisfaction goes up. Your turnover goes down. And you know that turnover is expensive.
It's a killer.
In coaching, the idea is there's a discovery of not only our identity, but discovery of where we're stuck as a leader, as a company, whatever. And then that's where we begin to address issues. But again, all those issues come back to the idea of communication, conversation, respect, relationship, and identity. They're all there. I remember when a couple of guys that were in a company that I was coaching and working with and training, these two guys had, for 10 years, been in the same area, same company, same basic job, and they were button heads all the time for 10 years.
That's a long time.
Both of them discovered that they had an innate identity that motivated them and drove them. And when they did that, they were willing to at least look at the potential of how that might change their way of relating to everyone, but to each other especially. Talked to their boss, and within 2 weeks, he said, we have recovered all of the cost of the training just because of these two guys.
And their newfound efficiency.
Their newfound relationship and conversational intelligence and efficiency. They were able to go out and do their work. And they even now like to do it together. And so it's pretty exciting to see that kind of thing.
Well, I've been watching you do this now for a couple of years. It definitely helped Cornerstone. The big things I always take away is you get more job joy, more team efficiency, and a leader can literally walk into work feeling incredibly welcomed in their office, and they actually have the emotional and spiritual energy to be the visionary that they need to be to lead that team.
That's right.
Now, you're willing to, for everyone watching, Bob's willing to do an hour consult for free, along with the assessment.
Correct.
So that's like a $300 value you get for free. Just sit down, have a cup of coffee with Bob, and see where it goes. I guarantee you within that hour, you're going to learn something that you didn't know about your business that you're going to take back to the office and it's going to help you grow.
Right.
And beyond that hour, I highly recommend signing up for coaching with Bob. Bob, thank you so much for being here and taking the time.